Hello, Entropia. Morgan here. We are doing something a little bit different for me. I did this video and I neglected to turn my mic on, so I'm doing a kind of a overdub. We are doing a level 2 daily hunting challenge on Calypso. We are tasked with killing 100 attacker robots. The only problem is, the only place you can find attacker robots are in the red PvP area down in the far southwest corner of Amathera. It's where the molemen are. So in order to do this, I'm having to sneak in. Hopefully I can get all of my things shot and sneak back out. Trouble is, if you look on my counter there, I started out with 60 or so. I was here earlier and I had some issues. I hadn't been in PvP for a long time, or at least the lootable PvP. And I remember from the old days when I used to come in here, and the thing about the PvP was that your green dot did not show up on the radar, or anybody's wouldn't show up on the radar, so that you had to actively hunt or lay in wait and hope somebody came by. You'd have to hunt the people that you wanted to loot. And so the PvPers would lay in wait for the miners. As you can see down here, there's a green dot. So I have fired up my TP chip, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I erred on the side of caution there, and I TP'd out to sea. So now I'm going back, and I'm going in a little bit down the shore from where I was. I'm going to come back in, and hopefully I'll be able to get some more attackers. And if I'm lucky, I won't see that green dot again. Earlier, as I was saying, I saw the green dot, or a green dot. Surprised the hell out of me because I didn't think I would see one. And it didn't move. So I waited, and it waited, and I waited, and it waited, and then I finally decided to go on ahead and continue my hunting, thinking that must be a miner. Well, the next thing I know, I'm lying on the ground with like 300 points damage in 2 shots, and I'm being kicked back to the blue area right up here. That's where you revive, at least on this end of the PvP area. And I thought, well, bugger. I'm going to have to get another toxic shot, and I'll see if I can sneak back on there again. Maybe the PvPer isn't expecting me to come back, so I'll be able to perhaps finish up my hunt, because that's all I wanted. All I wanted was to finish up the hunt. And so I got my toxic shot, inoculated myself, and swam back across from the blue circle, because you can only take a vehicle so far, and then you run up against the red boundary and you're not allowed to bring vehicles in. So anyway, I decided to swim across. It doesn't take that long. So I swam across and shot a few more of these things. And then there's that green dot again. And I tried to call to the person and tell him I was just doing a mission. Well, I didn't have a chance to hit enter before wham, I'm on the ground again. I've been hit twice again for like 115 points damage each, and it sent me back across the water there. So I said, son of a bitch, I ain't going back there again. And so I waited about 8 hours, and I didn't realize the first time that I had an extra toxic shot in my inventory. It was left over from the olden days, and even though I never ever had to use it because I was always able to evade getting killed or avoid getting killed, I still had the thing. So that saved me 5 pit. And so I came back over here, and that green dot that we saw a little while ago is the first one that I've seen since. So he has me on alert here, and I've been keeping one eye on the radar for red dots and one for a green dot sitting way out on the edge. That's where we stand now. So I was a little miffed that this is the only spot you can find attackers, because I have a recent memory of them being over near the Hadesheim, the old volcano. But evidently that was for some kind of an event. They were on the road that goes to that TP and outpost that's over there. I don't remember the name of it. I was out doing something else and going along that road, and I remember getting hit by attacker fire. And I don't know that they were as strong as these guys were. I think they were more like beginner attackers. These were mainly 3s and 4s, and there was an occasional 5 and maybe even a 6. But one of the things that I'm doing is, as I accumulate some shrapnel, once I have, you know, over 100,000 of them, I guess, I convert it, because in PvP they can't loot your ammo, and so I didn't want to have that part of my loot being confiscated. These things aren't really looting very well at all, and that was the aggravating thing about my earlier trip out here, was that I was perfectly content to let the guy have my loot, and I was going to offer that, you know. I will let you have all of my loot. I just want to finish the damn mission. But I never was able to get a hold of the guy to talk to him. I sent him a friend's request, thinking that I'd be able to, you know, if I was on his friends list, that I could send him a message and present my proposal, you know, and maybe he'd let me get the last 40 or so that I had to do. Right now we're at 87, so I know how it turns out, but my hope was that I'd be able to finish up without having to deal with another green dot. In retrospect, I don't think my plan to share the loot with the guy, or to give him the loot, would have worked. At the end of my run, I would have let the guy kill me, and then he could have all the damn loot, and I'd have my mission completed. But you don't have to go back to the vendor in order to get your daily mission coin. As soon as you finish your mission, that pops right into your inventory, and I don't really know if they're transferable or not. There's the green dot again. See him right there? There he is. So fired up my chip. I'm waiting and I'm waiting. You can see where I am in relation to the shore now, or to the water. And I'm waiting, and then finally I chicken out. I was gun shy, literally gun shy. So it's a sort of a nice little glitch there that you're able to walk on the bottom for a little bit. But as you can see, I'm coming back further west. And then I was going to work my way back, because I only have 11 to go. Only just 11. So we'll see what happens. What's he gonna do now? See, I'm looking. Evidently in PvP, your nearby thing doesn't work. You know, to be able to see who the green dot is. If the nearby indicator was working, then you could send them a note. You could send them a message and tell them what your intentions are. And it may be a miner, you know, you never know. But on the other hand, if the people weren't showing up on the radar like it used to be, then having that nearby light up would sort of give away the fact that they're out there somewhere. But you can see the damn green dot, so, you know, the cat's already out of the bag. That nearby thing is probably a hangover from how it used to be, and it just wasn't worth the coding time to change it. When you're killed, right down here in the message area where you receive your notifications and your system information and stuff, it'll say who you're killed by. I happen to be killed by someone named Winnie. And on the player register, there showed to only be one Winnie in game, and so that's how I knew who to send the friends request to. But it will say how much damage you took, and I was killed both times in 2 shots and about 115 damage per shot. And then it tells you what the weapon was that killed you. There's a LC55, a EWE LC55 CDF edition or something like that. It was a weapon that the guy bought with coins from doing these daily missions. And I thought, damn, I need to get me one of those. Well, I didn't think about it when I was out here, but I got the same damn gun in my inventory. And if I'd have waited to see if the guy popped up near me, I could have tried to get in a shot or two on him. I have my Marber Bravo on me. You know, that's my old sniper rifle. I used it more for tagging big Aatrox and stuff back in the old days. Get in a couple of nice hits on them, you know, before they had a chance to tear me a new one. But if I hadn't been such a pussy, I would have, as soon as I saw the green dot, I should have made a run for it. You know, run to the green dot. Try to be the PvPer myself. I got nothing to lose. It was only after I came back out here this last time that I realized that I had a TP chip on me. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but I thought that I had left it in planetary storage, either here or on Arcadia, because like a doofus, I remembered the chip as being red, and so there's some fruit. Fruit is good for you. You need it to make Nutrio bars for your pet. But I remembered the TP chip as being red. Well, it's not red. The heal chips are red. The TP chips look like that one right there. I had that TP1 chip on me all the time. I actually have a TP2 chip on me. I could have used that TP2 chip, and I don't know how far it is out to the edge of the radar, but I could have easily jumped to where that guy was. Easily. Surprise him, you know, by landing right next to him and pop a cap on his ass. But no. So anyway, we just did finish that mission, and I knew that there was a red dot here. I mean, yeah, there was one more red dot that I had seen on the radar, and so I thought I'd get that one last kill in to help with my codex a little bit. I'm 39% into rank 3 now on those things. Now I'm going back up to the surface, and I'm going to deploy my hovercraft and motor on over there, as opposed to using the mine force to power up my chip again. And we'll go see just how crappy the loot is on this thing, or those things. That blue area is called Traceut. I'm sure it's not how it's pronounced, but it's fixed to pop up right here, I think. Maybe it popped up. There it is. I don't know how you pronounce that. I've had that hovercraft a long time. That was my custom texture job on it. The red was Madonna or Madonna. There it is. See, that was the reason that I wanted it right there, because usually a level 2 mission will give you 2 of these coins. Well, this time the level 2 it gave you the 4 coins. And it may be because it was in a PvP area, so they have to make it worth your while. But I need to buy another gun. These AR guns are a lot better, but they're also considerably more expensive. It was an AR-30 that I was using to kill those attackers, and I had invested some of those economy enhancers. That other avatar over there had been there since when I was over here earlier, so he'd been standing at that construction machine for 8 hours or so. That's dedication. But anyway, that's the story of this mission. I don't know if I've chosen my codex skills yet, but now I have to spawn one of my flyers and fly up to where the TP is on this land area. It's just up the coast a ways, so. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification stuff. You know the drill.